Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to zoom in on one single fascinating day, November 15th, 2025. You'll see how events in culture, sports, and even security that seem totally random at first actually connect to tell one really powerful story. So let's connect the dots.
So what is the connection? What do these things possibly have in common? Well, the answer is they all happen on this one day, November 15th. And when you look at them together, they paint this amazing picture of a nation that's honoring its deepest roots while at the same time charging into a really bold future. Let's see how it all fits.
Okay, first up, let's look at how the past is being celebrated and kept alive. This is all about honoring incredible legacies and heritage, and we're starting way up in the Himalayas. So, high in the mountains of Sikkim, two ancient musical instruments just got this really important protection. We're talking about the tungbuk, which is a three-stringed instrument, and the puntung pallet, a type of bamboo flute. They are absolutely core to the Lepcha community's identity. By giving them a GI tag, that's a geographical indication. It's basically like a patent for a regional product. It ensures this unique cultural heritage can't just be copied or exploited anywhere else. It's a huge statement about protecting tradition.
On this very same day, the nation also mourned the loss of a true environmental legend. Salimarada Thimaka passed away at the incredible age of 114. Just think about that for a second. For over 80 years, an entire lifetime for most people, she dedicated herself to planting and caring for trees. Her most famous legacy? A 4.5-kilometer stretch of 385 banyan trees in Karnataka, a living, breathing monument she built with her own two hands.
Her nickname just says it all, doesn't it? The Mother of Trees. It's such a powerful testament to a legacy that will literally keep growing for centuries. What an amazing inspiration for environmental conservation, not just in India, but for the whole world.
Now, this number, 150, this represents another huge milestone that was celebrated on November 15th. It marks the 150th birthday of a really pivotal figure in India's history.
And that figure is the tribal freedom fighter Birsa Munda. Since 2021, his birthday has officially been celebrated as Janjatiya Gaurav Divas, or Tribal Pride Day. He led this incredibly powerful rebellion against British rule back in the late 1800s, and in his honor, his birthday is also the day that the state of Jharkhand was founded. So it's a day that's just layered with so much pride and history.
All right, so from honoring the past, let's pivot to building the future. And our next stop is the world of sports, where a brand new arena is really starting to take shape.
Okay, first things first. For anyone who's not heard of it, what in the world is pickleball? Well, just imagine you took tennis, badminton, and ping pong and threw them all into a blender. It's super fast, it's pretty easy to learn, and it is exploding in popularity all over the world. And now, it's getting its own major professional stage in India.
That's right, November 15th is the launch of the first ever Indian Pickleball League, kicking off in New Delhi. This whole thing is organized by the Times Group, and it's not just some one-off tournament. This is about creating a whole professional ecosystem to turn a super popular hobby into a major national sport, pulling in top players and, of course, tons of new fans.
And at the exact same time, the groundwork for the next generation of champions is being laid at the Khelo India University Games. This is the 5th edition, it's being hosted in Rajasthan, and it's bringing together over 5,000 athletes. And get this, the mascot is a pair of camels named Kama Gani, after a traditional Rajasthani greeting. It's just a perfect mix of modern competition and local culture.
And you can see how this all connects to a much bigger picture. The FICCI Global Sports Summit is also going on, and its theme really says it all, forging the path to global excellence. This shows it's not just about hosting games, it's a strategic plan to build a truly world-class sports nation from the ground up.
Okay, let's switch gears. From the sports field, we're shifting our focus now to the front lines of national security. And what's fascinating here is how India is boosting its capabilities in two very different ways at the same time, with some seriously high-tech innovation at home and with key partnerships abroad.
Now this is a landmark moment. The Border Security Force, the BSF, has just launched something called the Durga Drone Squadron. And what makes it so incredible? It is the force's first ever all-woman drone unit. This is a massive step for women in these high-tech frontline security roles and a total game-changer for how the borders are watched. And the training for this squadron is no joke. These women aren't just learning how to fly drones. Oh no. They're becoming experts in programming and gathering intelligence, and even in complex counter-drone warfare.
This is a huge shift in the kinds of skills needed for modern border security.
So, while the Durga Squadron is securing the borders at home, India's forces are also building strength overseas. The Garuda Air exercise is happening right now in France, bringing together the Indian and French Air Forces to work together and sharpen their joint skills.
So you can see this two-pronged strategy playing out perfectly. On one side, you've got this incredible internal strengthening and tech innovation with the Durga Drone Squadron, and on the other, you're building these vital international partnerships with exercises like Garuda. It's all about being secure from within and respected on the world stage.
All right, for our final section, we're moving from national security to a global health challenge that has some very real, very personal impacts for millions of people right at home. The World Health Organization just dropped its 2025 Global Tuberculosis Report, and the numbers are, well, they're pretty sobering. India is still carrying a massive part of the burden, accounting for a full quarter, 1 in every 4, of the world's TB cases. It is a huge and ongoing public health battle. But that's not the whole story. If you look a little closer at the data, you start to see a really important story of progress. So despite those high overall numbers, the rate of new TB cases in India has actually fallen pretty dramatically, from 237 per 100,000 people back in 2015 down to 187 in 2024.
So this really shows you the two sides of the coin. It's a persistent challenge, for sure, but there's also real measurable success. There were still 1.2 million TB deaths globally last year, which is a tragedy. But India's 21% drop in new cases and a significant fall in the death rate shows that all the hard work is paying off. The fight is definitely not over, but things are moving in the right direction.
So there you have it. One day, November 15th, and it weaves together ancient culture, modern sport, national security, and global health. It shows us a country that's always in motion, looking back to honor its past, building its present, and tackling the big challenges of the future, all at the same time. It kind of leaves you wondering, doesn't it? What new stories will tomorrow bring? Thanks for joining us.